I totally didn't make any videos, but let's do so. Bring you into the last leg of making this bike complete. And you stay there for me. Okay. Let's get some gloves. So just one cable left to put on. The rear brake cable. I'm putting in a new inner because this is probably the bike in my possession that requires the longest rear brake cable. So that's what we're going to do. I always spray a little bit of lubricant inside the inners before I put the outers before I put the inners inside, and yeah, just you fall down, that's okay. And then I always grease the cable especially well. I grease it everywhere, but I grease it especially well, massage it in, not to make too much of a mess. Where the inner goes in the outer, basically. Yeah. So I've done all the spraying, and now it's just time for assembly. So there's nothing like a beautiful, fresh, brand new cable inner. So this is 2 meters long. And I'm guessing I need about 160. This is the wild guess. I'm not sure about the stem that I put on. It's an aluminium stem. There was a steel one on there, which is, or was, or is still as heavy as sin. That would be the main reason why I modified that. So we are now complete. And what I'm going to do now is put it on the table. Yeah, I still have to do the tires. Yeah. What will I do with the tires? Let me show you. I'm going for a ride once I adjusted the brakes, but what my plan is to put a little bit more of tire on here. So that would be a W TB, We the People, I think that stands for. And I think there's a 45C, yes. So this I think is a 40, so we're getting an extra 5 millimeters plus. I mean, look at this. This looks way more than 5 millimeters. Let's measure. Let's measure. At this moment, this gives me not 40 as it says. It gives me 37.5, and this even without air measures 45. So yeah, this goes on. It's already treated. No, it's not. I always put some baby powder inside to limit the friction. Okay, next step, let me walk you around the bike, show you what I have done. So I'll leave you in the stand. I have given it a decent brake lever on the right side. I've kept the old shifter that was on here. These are some brand new budget grips. This handlebar is not extremely wide. I had this, I must have bought that 30 years ago, and it's been kicking around forever. This one here I mounted upside down. You can see that this should be at the bottom, but I don't have another decent left side brake lever for this budget build. The brakes are short arm V-brakes that I took off the folding bike. That is the other subject. I put on same seat that came off that folding bike, put on an old chain. I think the shifting was adjusted, so what we're going to do is I'm going to park you here and adjust you a little bit, put the bicycle on the table. Actually, this might not be so ideal, and I see how high you will stay here without sinking down. Okay. What's about the light? Put on some lights. I mean, talk budget. This was on here. And there's nothing wrong with the aluminium part of it, but this is plastic. And this is just gives you like the feeling when you pull this that you put your hand inside a melon. Okay, we can now cut. We can now cut the rubber that was holding the brakes together while I was putting the cables in. Here's what I like to do. I use an old inner cable, makes a lot of fantastic little rubber bands for many applications, and this was one. If you can see, I'm not happy with the seat post. I'm still looking whether I have a seat post that has an integrated bracket for the seat to improve this a little bit. First of all, it's heavy and it's imprecise, and it is too narrow basically at the where it grabs the seat at the rail, so it pushes the seat. I had like 4 or 5, so I put together a group of parts that gives me the maximum width for the situation, but it's still a bit too narrow. Anyway, it will do for today, and yeah, so I will, if I cannot find another seat post of this diameter with an integrated clamp, I will turn this around so you don't see it. It just goes, actually, look at this. It's not possible. Might be, but there's not much space down here. We'll look into it. So next steps is adjust the brakes. some here. There's some there. So let's see if I can tighten this all the way in order to position the brake pads correctly on the brake. Yeah, that will do. I give it as much force as I can, so there's no movement theoretically. And that's just for me adjusting the pads, because that has just been done very roughly. Okay. It's actually too much. Okay, move it. I would say that looks good. That looks good. Number one. And number two. Okay, then we can take the tension off and see what the story is. Might be enough. So we need some more tension on this side. Just bring back tension until this is about equal. Yep. Oh, this is not very clever. The needs to move up. Okay, the tension is equal now, and I need to work with this again. The brake pad needs to move up because it's rubbing the tire. Like that. Let's do it like that. I feel that no matter how often you do that, you always have to go back for it. Once everything settles. Let's try it like that. Something's not happy. It is either the brake pads or the rims. Let's increase tension on this side. So, there's nothing I can do anymore, so I need to go back off a little bit here. Like that. Okay, that is as perfect as we will do it. And I will deal with the, yeah, let's deal with that after the test ride. right side is perfect, on the left side not so. So let's move this a little bit like that. I will need to do some straightening on this rim. But I want to ride. I want to ride. Okay, we need to look at these brake pads. So this will be okay for a 5-minute ride. What do we look like here? Let's get rid of some here. Just do this for once and then I okay. Tension to adjust the pads. Tension off. Okay, increase the spring tension on this side to its maximum. There's no more for that. And then we need to fix the rest on the other side. Release this side here. Sorry, forgot to. Oh, sorry. Adding tension again in order to adjust the right side brake pad, which I forgot to do. Now, release spring-like tension on this side a little bit and see what happened. Now I did too much. So now it's kind of equal. Quiet. Release more tension. Quiet. Good enough for test ride. Let's see whether it shifts correctly. All the way up. That's it. correct. Come down. Why are you coming down? Yeah, nothing is very happy. What's the issue here? This shifter is not happy. I think it doesn't release because oh, it did. So all the way down. Brake rubbing, release some more, of which there is none, so that's that. Okay, so we're shifting. Okay, we're shifting, we're braking, put some air, and then we go. Is that not how you do it? Well, it's on the table. I'm going to do the rear one off the table. I'm going to leave it at 3 bar. Give me a bit extra grip. These are some interesting tubes in here. I think they're Italian. Same for that. So, we are complete. We have a bicycle. We could optimize the pedals and we can optimize the tires. And probably another 5 to 10 things. Now it's time for getting dressed up nice and warm. Do 3 bars too for this skinny one. It's probably not enough, but it's snow time. It's been sunshining. Probably melting. Probably took too long to build this bike. We have a bicycle ready to rock and roll. Yeah, that's test ride. And if you could see, also here, just need to adjust the front brake, and then also this is at least ready to test ride. So, off we go. Actually, I should do a walk around what I have done off camera. Let me do that. Or have I done that already? Yes, I have. So, what's left to do? Pedals and tires and test ride and whatever the test ride brings up. So I will take you with me and then I'll see you on location.